Basic Microsoft Word, Lesson 8, Wedding Letter. In this lesson we're going to introduce mail merging. We're going to understand why mail merge is used, and we're going to use the mail merge wizard for creating letters. While doing this, we will also revise various techniques that we've seen before. Amongst other features, we'll look at the following: spell check, inserting and formatting shapes, changing case, inserting drop caps, find and replace, and changing the size of an image. We'll then look at paragraph marks such as hard carriage returns, soft carriage returns, and paragraph breaks. And then we'll create a mail merge using the mail merge wizard, and we'll insert merge fields. Okay, so let's head to the ict4ocr.com/ECDL website. Select Word, and then Word Lesson 8, Wedding Letter. And as we scroll down, we'll find that there are 3 files to download. The first will be the letter for editing, the second is the database, and the third is the instruction sheet. Download all of these using Save As so that you know where you've saved them to. As an aside, you don't need to open the database. If you do open it and experience difficulties, it will probably be because Microsoft Access is not installed on your computer. But for the purposes of this mail merge task, it really doesn't matter. Okay, so let's get started. Open weddingletter.doc. First, let's set our destination printer. So, go to File, Print, and change the printer to Microsoft XPS Document Writer. Or if you have a different document writer, use that instead. Don't click the Print button. Click on the Home tab instead, and then back. And now let's get on to spell checking the document. To do this, click on Spell Check from the Home menu. Alternatively, on newer versions, click on Editor at the end of the ribbon from the Home tab. We have 5 suggestions. 4 of them are to do with spelling, and 1 of them is to do with grammar. Let's look at spelling first. Thank you so much for the present. Present was spelt incorrectly. This is the correct spelling. Next, the word wedding has been misspelt. It should be spelt like this. Enjoyable, it should be enjoyable rather than enjoyable. So it's this one. Reception should be spelt like this. And at that point we've dealt with spelling issues. Now let's look at the grammar. The only problem we have here is that there's a missing word. We're going to deal with that later on, so let's just ignore that particular suggestion and close the editor. We now want to change the font used for Emily and George at the end of the letter to a font which resembles handwriting. So, scroll down if necessary, and select the words Emily and George. Make sure you have the Home tab selected. Look at the font section, and change the font to one of your choice. Next, let's add a call-out. From the Insert tab, select Shapes, choose a call-out shape, and draw one near the bottom of the letter. So left-click to anchor it, and then lift the left mouse button to anchor the other end. Type the words "Thank you" into the call-out shape. And let's format the text to an appropriate size and font. So select it. Let's change the font. So go for Home and select an appropriate font. And then resize it. Now let's resize the shape. So select the shape. And resize. To change the fill color for the call-out shape, select the shape, right mouse, Format Auto Shape / Picture, select the Colors and Lines tab, and for the fill, let's select a color that is similar to the background of the photograph. And then click away. Next, let's focus on the name and address at the top of the letter. Let's select the name and address, and then from the Home tab, select Right Align. While we're dealing with the address, we now want to change the word Warwickshire from within the address to uppercase. To do this, let's use the Change Case icon. Select the word Warwickshire, and then from the Home tab, within the Font section, select the Change Case button and look at the various options. Try them out. We want to select uppercase for this example. OK, let's zoom out a little. Our next job is to insert a drop cap. The drop cap is going to be for the letter T at the beginning of the first word of the first sentence of the letter. So highlight the letter T, go to the Insert tab, and from the Text section, select Drop Cap and then Dropped. Now let's zoom out again. We're now going to practice using the Find and Replace function. We're going to change the words "an enjoyable" to "a great." So, from the Home tab, select Replace. Find what? The words "an enjoyable." And replace with the words "a great." Then press Replace All, and as can be seen, the relevant words have been replaced. OK, close the Find and Replace dialog box. Now let's move an image. At the moment, the wedding image is in the bottom left. Let's move it to the bottom right. So, select the image and drag it into position. Let's now resize the image. To do this, select the image and right-click for the contextual menu. Select Format Auto Shape / Picture, which will open the Format Picture dialog box. We're concerned with the size, so select the Size tab and change the dimensions to 3 centimeters for the height and 2 centimeters for the width. Note, as you change the width, the length dimension changes accordingly. This is because the aspect ratio has been locked to ensure the image is not distorted by being stretched vertically or horizontally. To overcome this, untick, or uncheck if you prefer, the lock aspect ratio option. We can now enter the correct dimensions. Press OK, and then reposition the image as appropriate. OK, now let's deal with the difference between hard carriage returns, soft carriage returns, and paragraph breaks. If you click your cursor just after the section that says "hoping to get a," then there's quite a few spaces, and then a full stop, or a period if you prefer. Click just after the full stop, and if you press the Shift button on your keyboard and Enter at the same time, your cursor will move to the next line down. This is called a soft carriage return rather than a hard carriage return, which you get when you're making a new paragraph. Type the words "It was absolutely perfect," then a comma, just what we were looking for. And then a full stop. Now, from the Home tab, within the Paragraph section, find the Paragraph Marks button. That's this one here. When we click this button, it will show all the paragraph breaks, carriage returns, and all sorts of formatting, including spaces and tabs. You'll see a lot of symbols which look like the Paragraph Marks button. Each one of these means that you pressed the Enter key and made a hard carriage return. You'll also see this symbol, a little arrow which points to the next line. This is the symbol for the soft carriage return that you just created. Should you need to remove a hard or soft carriage return, then you click the Paragraph Marks button, as we have done. We find the relevant paragraph mark, and then delete. So I'm now going to press the Delete button to get rid of a few of the hard carriage returns. Clicking the icon again switches off the paragraph marks. OK, at this point save your letter, and we're now going to use a mail merge to add Emily and George's friends' names, addresses, and details of the gift they sent to your letters. There's various ways of putting together a mail merge, but in this lesson we're going to use the mail merge wizard to help with the mail merge process. So, click on the Mailings tab, and then select Start Mail Merge, and then Step-by-Step Mail Merge Wizard. If we now look at the right-hand side of the screen, we'll see there are now going to be 6 steps. The first step is to select the document type. The radio button should default to letters, and since we're writing a letter, leave it there and then click Next at the bottom. Step 2 asks us if we want to use the current document. As we are going to be using the letter that we've now got open, leave that radio button set to the option Use the current document and click Next. We're now being asked to select the recipients, in other words, who we intend sending the letters to. The radio button at the top defaults to Use an existing list. We do have an existing list in the database that you copied at the start, so leave the default alone. Now, while we're in step 3, we need to find the names and addresses in the database. So click on Browse, and then navigate to your user area to find the folder that you saved the database and letter into. And don't forget, you're looking for the database called Wedding. Select it and then click Open. A strange table should appear with the list of details that are stored in the database. Just click OK. So we've now linked our wedding database to the letter. If we now move on to the next step, step 4, we now want to insert the details into our letter. The first thing we're going to do is to add mail merge fields with the friends' names and addresses to the letter. So, position your cursor at the top of the letter between Emily and George's address and the greeting Dear. Click More Items, and the Insert Merge Field dialog box should appear. Click on Title, then Insert, then Forename, then Insert, then Surname, then Insert, and then close the Insert Merge Field dialog box. Now we need to put a space between the title and the forename, and also a space between the forename and surname, so the three words are separated. So click between title and forename, and then a space, then click between forename and surname, and again enter a space. Press Enter, and make sure your cursor is on the line beneath the title, forename and surname. Go back to More Items, and insert the address. Then Town, then County, and then Postcode. Close the Insert Merge Field dialog box, and then let's reorganize these merge fields. So, click between Address and Town, press Enter, between Town and County, Enter, and between County and Postcode, Enter. Your letter should now look like this. Make sure there are only 2 blank lines between the postcode and the word Dear. Okay, I have 3, so I'm deleting one of them. I now have just 2. Then click your cursor next to the word Dear and insert the merge field forename followed by a comma. So, More Items, Forename, Insert, close the dialog box, and then put in a comma. Next, click your cursor after the last word in the sentence that begins, "We were really hoping to get a," and select just before the full stop. Select the Gift merge field, so More Items, Gift, close, and then delete any redundant blanks so that the full stop is directly after the name of the gift. While we're doing this, let's check the spacing and layout of the whole letter and adjust it so it looks as professional as can be. Once we've done that, click on Next, Preview Your Letters. Use the double left arrows and double right arrows to click through the different letters you've created. Check that every different letter has a different recipient, a different address, and a different gift. Okay, finally, let's go to step 6, complete the merge. Click Print, All, because we want to print all the records. Make sure that you've selected the printer as the XPS document writer, then press OK. And indeed, here is the XPS document with all 8 personalised letters ready for printing. Okay, that's a little introduction to the mail merge feature in Word. I hope you've enjoyed it, and next time we'll delve a little deeper into mail merging. Okay, I hope it's making sense, and I look forward to seeing you next time.